我们的会议马上就要开始了，在会议开始之前，请大家把手机调整到震动或者静音状态。待会儿咱们就是撤场的时候要走专门的电梯。1号电梯，1号电梯。对。搬东西的老师，待会儿请走货梯。货梯从哪下？我待会儿确定。
光头大叔吗？
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, good afternoon. I'm Zhou Wei with the Vehicle Transport Research Center, Research Institute of Highway. I'll be the host of the closing ceremony. The 16th International Symposium on Heavy Vehicle Transport Technology has been held for 3 consecutive days in Beijing, Qingdao, Australia, and Europe. And we are very honored to get together with all of you. 11 parallel sessions have been held. Our experts from over 22 countries have participated in this symposium. Over 5,000 audience log on to the system to watch these presentations. There's always saying goes like this: good friends stay together no matter how far away they're from each other. Now let's connect to the European hub. Let's celebrate the closing ceremony of HVTT16. According to the agenda, there are 4 agendas on the closing ceremony. On top of our agenda, we're going to present the best thesis. The authors that won the best thesis, they are Mr. Job, Paul Wilsons. The name of the thesis is the Gaussian process and the PBS assessment of articulated vehicles. Mr. Huang Chaozhi and other authors. The name of the thesis is Research on the Task Method of Evaluation System of Performance of the Semi-Tractors. Let's give your warm applause to the people who win the prize. Now let's proceed into the second of our agenda. I will give the floor to Mr. Max Harben. HVTT Forum. Now I will give you the floor, Mr. Max Harben.
Dear friends of the HVTT, since HVTT15 in Rotterdam in 2018, 2 things have demonstrated the importance of efficient transport. First is the pandemic that showed to everyone how vulnerable modern society is when transport and logistic chains stop working. But at the same time, we also experienced how well we were able to live through the worst days of the pandemic thanks to excellent logistic systems. The second thing is the IPCC report. The report states that at the present level of CO2 emissions, we can only continue for another 8 to 9 years. If not, we will fail to keep the global warming within 1.2 degrees, after which life on Earth, as we know today, will be seriously threatened. So we need to start reducing CO2 emissions here and now and fast. At the same time, we know that road transport are increasing globally. And many HVTT16 papers from China to Estonia confirm this. So the big question is, how can we reduce CO2 emissions here and now and still maintain the transport and logistics systems, which is the lifeblood of modern society? This is where the HVTT community is so important, and more so now than ever since our inception in Canada back in 1986. We together have the knowledge, the experience, the tools and the networks to promote actions here and now. The theme of HVTT16 is laying the foundations for the future. And as we have learned during these 3 days, the future is already here. We have all the technologies we would wish for, and we should use all of it, but not blindly, and with a clear direction. Laying the foundations mean, firstly, agreeing on some basic and sound principles. One such principle is to always strive for achieving more with less. That means transporting more goods with fewer vehicles, using less energy and emitting less CO2 and other harmful emissions. This also means transporting more goods and people in our infrastructure with the lowest wear and tear of roads and bridges. A second pillar of laying the foundation is to regard transport as a system. It is a complex system where all stakeholders need to pull in the same direction. We learned from Australia in one of the presentations the role of TCA, the Transport Certification Australia, the role that they played in creating that coordination in a complex system. We must always break down silo thinking and work across functions. We must also strive for national and globally harmonized standards. Thirdly, laying the foundation means that we should fully use mature, proven and reliable technology as much as possible before indiscreetly switching to new high-tech. For example, we should not disregard to fully use renewable biofuels such as biogas from wastewater sludge just because it is a proven and rather simple technology. We should, of course, apply new technology quickly where it makes sense. But new technology should not be doing less with more, but still doing more with less. This pin here is the symbol for the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And sustainability is to a large extent doing more with less. So we are laying the foundation for the future, a sustainable future. And we all agree that we should strive for as large transport units as possible, designed to be safe and suitable to the infrastructure in different countries. But according to a recent World Bank report, the gap between how much we spend each year on infrastructure and how much we should need to spend is a gap of $1 trillion per year. $1 trillion per year infrastructure investment gap. That gap consists both of not yet built roads, bridges, ports, electricity grids, etc., primarily in the developing economies. But equally serious is that infrastructure is aging in most countries, and there is already a serious maintenance deficit. So the question is, how do we maintain and expand infrastructure in the most efficient and sustainable way? We hence need to both maintain and expand infrastructure in the most efficient way to ensure that goods and people in that infrastructure are moved in the best and safest way possible. In order to optimize the system, we need to move the right cargo on the right vehicle on the right roads. Or we could express it differently, to have the right trucks at the right road at the right time. To ensure all of the above, we need data, or as our Australian friends say, data. Data from vehicles, data from infrastructure, and we need data about the goods being transported. We need the right data in the right hands at the right time, whilst protecting data integrity for all stakeholders. All stakeholders, I think that is what HVTT is all about. The reason HVTT was started was a need to involve all stakeholders in the development of higher capacity road transport vehicles. Hence, from 1986, every third year, and then since 1998, every second year, experts from all around the world have met and exchanged knowledge and experiences based on scientific evidence. And so these 3 days here online from Beijing, but around the world. The purpose of HVTT has now been elegantly summarized as to promote and support the development of road freight transport technology, safety and policy, and to facilitate information exchange between researchers, policymakers, regulators, road agencies, and the transport industry. We can say safely that this group of people, us, many who have been active since the very first years, have had a profound impact on the global road transport industry. For example, the paper to be triple or not to be, performance-based prescriptive rules for Australian modular B-triples, presented at the HVTT16 in 2012, has had a tremendous impact in shaping the performance-based standards to facilitate the use of longer and heavier vehicles that go outside of the prescriptive mass and dimension standards that is most commonly used. The experiences accumulated over the decades form an ever-improving foundation on which countries around the world can shape their transport systems. Much of this knowledge is kept in the library on the hvttforum.org webpage, where all symposia papers since 1986 can be found. This time at the HVTT16, 70 presentations have been made, whereof most being peer-reviewed papers of academic standard. The papers touch upon topics spanning from life of road assets, road accidents, policies and standards, performance-based standards, high-capacity transport, vehicle performance, reduced emissions from transport, and finally, transport and logistics. The transport system has been discussed with the latest research from the angles of all major stakeholders. From the OECD ITF report on high-capacity transport, we learned that high-capacity transport is no longer an if question. Now the question is when. We learned also these days how countries around the world can reap immediate economic and social benefits from high-capacity transport. High-capacity transport has the potential to, here and now, reduce CO2 emissions by up to 1/3, 33%. That is a huge contribution to not exceeding the 8-9-year carbon dioxide emission budget that the IPCC report talked about. And this is also laying the foundations for the future. We in this room are in China, and China has hosted this symposium. Our hosts have presented China's amazing achievements and impressive plans for the future. 1 year ago, President Xi Jinping announced that China, the world's largest emitter of carbon dioxide, will reach carbon peak by 2030 and carbon neutrality by 2060. The road transport system is a crucial part of this ambition. We are therefore very encouraged that China, with the largest and the best built highway network in the world, now is moving towards high-capacity transport. Of course, there is resistance in China, as in most countries, and we just finished session 9 by a presentation about resistance in Mexico. But tools like road access schemes, compliance assurance schemes, telematics, geofencing, etc., will ensure that the right vehicles are on the right roads at the right time in the safest manner. China has led the global development of battery electric vehicles and is now in the forefront of developing hydrogen-powered vehicles. There is, unfortunately, no silver bullet for the future of the transport system. So again, applying the simple principle, more with less, will ensure that new propulsion systems will be designed in the most rational way, transporting as much goods as possible with the use of as little energy as possible. All countries benefit from high-capacity transport, but no other country more so than China, the world's largest road transport market. And as such, the world also benefits from China's adaptation of high-capacity transport. But without roads, high-capacity transport makes not so much sense. So how do we address the global infrastructure gap? China has since 2013 launched the Belt and Road Initiative to contribute to building modern infrastructure in mostly developing economies. The European Union has launched a connectivity platform with a similar ambition, and the US has recently launched the Build Back Better World initiative. For us, representing stakeholders from around the world, these initiatives are all good and must not get stuck in geopolitical competition. Instead, the focus should be on applying the principles and knowledge that we as a community possess in order to build sustainable road transport systems in the whole world. We should strive for global harmonized standards. China itself is the greatest proof of the importance of infrastructure in creating economic growth and for bridging the gaps between urban and rural areas, creating a more evenly spread growth. Thank you. Finally, I want to thank you all for your passion and dedication. We will continue to push for high-capacity transport around the world. And next, we will meet online on September 22 in the initiative taken by Jerker Sjögren. And on November 11 to 13, we continue with the second and the physical part of the HVTT16 in Qingdao, with a symposium on long vehicle combinations, transport economy, and with an equipment exhibition. And in 2023, I believe, we meet again at the HVTT17 in Brisbane, Australia. Thank you all for participating online and physically at the hubs around the world. All continents have been represented these days. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mads Harben. MOT is dedicated to reduce energy consumption and energy emission, and we would like to work together with our peers from home and abroad to improve the development of vehicle transportation. And today, on behalf of HVTT Forum and on behalf of the organizer, and I would extend my gratitude to Mr. Mads Harben. And thank you for you and your team. Thank you for your professionalism and your work. It won't be possible to hold this conference without the work and the contribution from Mr. Mads Harben. Now let's proceed to the third item on our agenda. HVTT16 will be handed over to Brisbane, Australia. Now let's enjoy a short video clip all together.
G'day, I'm Todd Hacking. I'm the CEO of Heavy Vehicle Industry Australia, and I'm here with Nolene Bradley, the International Forum for Heavy Vehicle Transport and Technology, alongside the Brisbane Truck Show in Brisbane in May of 2023.
Brisbane is warm and welcoming, with a wealth of activities and events for visitors to enjoy. We're Australia's urban adventure capital, with activities from the hinterland to the bay. We've got a thriving cultural scene which can be enjoyed across our many entertainment precincts. This adds to our subtropical outdoor lifestyle. We're clean, green, innovative and smart, and having just been named host city for the 2032 Olympic and Paralympic Games, Brisbane has committed to a completely carbon neutral event. In order to deliver on this promise, we'll be rolling out next generation infrastructure and transport solutions.
There's never been a better time to bring HVTT back to Australia, all within and alongside one of the world's great road transport events.
Not only was the 2021 Brisbane Truck Show a great success, but it's also accompanied by so much more.
The Brisbane Truck Show is the premier event in the Brisbane Convention and Exhibition Centre events calendar. The Truck Show is also the ultimate test of BCC's capacity due to its size, complexity and sheer scale.
The South Bank Truck Festival is a great way to connect our industry and the broader community. And there's heavy equipment, machinery and even historical vehicles telling the story of our industry's heritage.
Australia's road freight transport footprint creates many unique challenges.
In Australia, we have a thriving and robust local industry, which comprises hundreds of innovative trailer and specialised vehicle component and equipment suppliers, as well as technology manufacturers.
We are very proud of the history of the heavy vehicle industry in Australia. It has always been about finding the optimum way to get things done. We're always pushing boundaries.
Global brands such as Volvo, Mack, Kenworth, DAF, Iveco, C Electric and now Highzone are also all assembled here.
The heavy vehicle industry has embarked on an exciting once-in-a-lifetime transformation. Our industry continues to raise the bar, as well as improving safety technologies, driver health and well-being, and solutions driving greater productivity. We are on a journey towards fossil-free transport solutions that will have a positive impact on the environment. Australia is a leader in developing and driving these solutions.
The International Forum for Heavy Vehicle Transport and Technology facilitates the connection of knowledge and education, research and development, policy and industry.
At HVTT17, we'll discuss all of these things and much more.
HVTT17 is a knowledge sharing experience that we've all been waiting for.
delivering the best in knowledge and education.
Sharing insights and ideas from world-leading research and development, looking at the best practice policy and connecting directly with industry.
So please, come to Brisbane, let's share our learnings and listen to your ideas towards an even greater and more sustainable transport future.
HVTT17 will take place from Monday the 15th to Wednesday the 17th of May at the Brisbane Convention and Exhibition Centre.
Then the Brisbane Truck Show will open on Thursday the 18th of May and runs through the weekend.
See you in Brisbane in 2023 for HVTT 17.
See you all in 2023.
See you in Brisbane in 2023.
Start making plans. We have a lot to talk about.
Thank you, our peers from Australia, Heavy Vehicle Industry Australia, showing this video. That they have introduced HVTT17 and said their invitation, and we're expecting the opening of HVTT17. Please continue to support HVTT Forum and its related activities. Now we're going to connect Australia heavy vehicle industry. Hi, can you hear us?
请导播切换。
Hello, g'day, ni hao. My name is Steve Power. I represent Heavy Vehicle Industry Australia. We are a peak industry association in Australia representing the whole heavy vehicle industry. That is manufacturers and suppliers of trucks and trailers, their components, equipment and technology. I would like to congratulate China on the success of HVTT16 this week and how much it has been enjoyed and appreciated around the world. Particularly, congratulations to the team that has coordinated the program and the whole team who were able to present such an extraordinary event for the international heavy vehicle transport and technology community. Our organisation, HVIA, has been presenting the Brisbane Truck Show for over 50 years. The event is held every 2 years in the beautiful northern Australian state of Queensland. The show has evolved into one of the world's great road transport events and is certainly the largest in the Southern Hemisphere. Our last show won 2 Australian Event Awards as the nation's best corporate event and best exhibition or trade show. That is across all industries. We are so excited to be announced as the hosts of HVTT17 in May of 2023. The symposium will be held on the eve of the Brisbane Truck Show, creating a great opportunity for delegates to enjoy everything that both events have to offer. The Brisbane Truck Show has developed around 6 themes that I think you will all relate to: safety, sustainability, innovation, knowledge, careers, and community. Your event will be held at the amazing Brisbane Convention and Exhibition Centre, which was recognised as the world's best convention centre in 2016. For HVTT17, we've selected the theme of ecosystem evolution. We believe it harnesses the challenges and opportunities that we all face as the industry progresses the transformation to zero emissions vehicles. That takes in vehicles, systems, energy and infrastructure. We are also excited to share with you some of the ideas and innovations that have come from Australia. We're very proud of the innovation that has been developed here against the backdrop of vast distances between cities and our relatively small population. We are concerned about the same things as you: our safety, and sustainability, productivity, and our impact on the community. You may have seen presentations about our high productivity vehicles and even road trains. Maybe you have not had the opportunity to examine them yourself or even experience the amazing level of control from behind the steering wheel. Well, while you start making plans to join us in Brisbane, we will start planning those experiences for you. As the video explained, Brisbane has also been announced as the host of the 2032 Olympic and Paralympic Games. The city is already stunning, and the exciting transformation that is now being undertaken to deliver a carbon positive event are phenomenal. So make sure that you allow time to enjoy everything that Queensland and Australia have to offer. Of course, that is what we have to offer you. HVTT17 will be just as much about your ideas and what we can all learn from each other. Once again, congratulations to the team on the symposium success this year. Thank you all for giving us the honour of hosting your next event. We look forward to seeing you in Brisbane in 2032. Good night. One on.
Thank you, your presentation. Thank you for your speech. And Australia will be the host for HVTT17. And we look forward to go to Brisbane in 2023. Now let's proceed into the last agenda of the closing ceremony. I will give the floor to Li Bin, the Vice Dean of Research Institute of Highway, to deliver the closing speech. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Under the joint effort of everyone, we successfully completed all the agendas on the 16th International Symposium on HVTT. On behalf of the organizing committee, Research Institute of Highway, MOT, I would like to extend my warm congratulations to the success of this symposium, and I would like to extend my gratitude to all the experts from home abroad. Thank you for your continuous support and contribution. Thank you so much. This symposium was held in Qingdao, Beijing, UK, France, Netherlands, Sweden, Canada, and we 7 regional hubs were located in the 7 places. The experts are from over 22 countries. Over 5,000 audience watched the presentation. Over 80 experts delivered their speech, and the CSAs are in very high standards. And the theme of today's symposium is laying foundation for the future. And we discussed about how to reach the carbon objectives, change the quality of the air, how to reduce the carbon dioxide emission, how to save energy, and we shared different ideas. And personally, I've gained a lot. And I would like to talk about my takeaways. And this symposium, the implication of the symposium is profound. HVTT Forum was established in 1986, and it has been held in over 15 countries, such as UK, America, and the Netherlands. And this conference was held in China for the first time in 35 years. And I think this conference comes right in time. China is undergoing profound reform and improving the quality and the efficiency of transportation, promoting high-quality development of transportation. And this forum play a positive role in promoting international cooperation and promoting global scientific innovation. And MOT attached great importance to the opening of the symposium. And because of the pandemic, we have to adopt the online-offline combination. and it's the 1+N model, and so that the experts from all over the country, all over the world can participate in the symposium.
This different mode help with the organization of the conference, and also it presents new challenges for real-time transformation and online translation, and the smooth of exchanges between different parties. But we have seen great results coming from this conference. Second, the conference is very rich in content and has clear topics. The conference consists of a great opening and a closing ceremony, and it consists of 9 regional hubs. At the opening ceremony, Vice Minister of Transport of the Ministry of Transport delivered a written speech setting out the path and the direction of the Chinese government's plan to promote technological innovation. And the chair, Ms. Lo's Arts, also gave a very wonderful speech focusing on safety and green development. And I myself, Vice President of the Research Institute of the Ministry of Transport, and also CEO of Swiss Hydrogen Green Steel Company, all gave keynote speeches on the theme, the current situation and the prospects of the development of clean energy in China. Different topics have been touched upon, and in-depth exchanges and discussion have been held, and we have seen clash of opinions, and wonderful results have been produced from these exchanges. Third, the conference is very pragmatic, very fruitful. Experts and scholars from 22 countries and regions have conducted in-depth discussions on global heavy vehicle transportation technology and exchanged the cutting-edge technologies, shared practical experiences and views. And we are committed to jointly building an international cooperation forum for innovation. At the conference, we focused on transport, climate change, transportation, environment, safety, efficiency, as well as self-driving, hydrogen, fuel cell, and other issues. We all presented our suggestions and our proposals. In face of the situation and the challenges, we have, after consultation and exchanges, set out a clear path towards the future. Ladies and gentlemen, and dear friends, the current global transportation development is deeply affected by the scientific and technological revolution and the industrial revolution. The congestion in big cities and the safety in transport and the pressure on carbon emission reduction are still yet to be addressed. At the same time, we are also facing inadequate capacity for innovation and inadequate application of key technology, so we need to collectively join hands in developing new solutions with our collective wisdom. So I hereby provide 2 pieces of advice. We need to strengthen scientific and technological innovation to enable transport and promote safe and efficient green development. The new generation of information technology need to be deeply integrated with the transport industry. New energy vehicles, autonomous driving vehicles, and internet-connected vehicles will be deeply integrated in the ecosystem, giving bigger play to new technologies, and all countries will strengthen the effort on basic scientific research and also on the application of new technologies to promote new transport equipment and intermodal transport equipment, and to promote the industrialization level. And in wider ranging sectors, we will promote a coordinated development. And we are committed to building a new and greener, more sustainable landscape in transport industry. Second, we need to strengthen high-level open cooperation in transportation, science and technology in order to build a win-win situation. The history of human society tells us that openness brings progress and the closure is bound to lag behind. The development of the world benefits from the scientific and the technological progress. The interconnectivity and the facilitation of international road connectivity plays a key part. The human society has become more connected and intertangled more than ever. So, in face of the carbon peaking and the carbon neutrality goals, energy crisis, among other global crises, it is more urgent than ever to work together. We need to formulate solutions, development path. We need to give full play to collective wisdom. We need to internationalize cutting-edge technologies. We adhere to open cooperation with other countries and regions, and all parties will be benefiting from this collective and joint effort. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, HVTT16 is coming to a close after 3 days. So, by availing myself of this opportunity, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all the guests, representatives from all over the world. And also I want to thank the organizer, co-organizer, supporting organizations, undertakers, and other personnel, including our simultaneous interpreters and the personnel who are responsible for live broadcasting and the translating services and the publicity. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks, and I would like to wish a big success for HVTT16 and 17 as well. Thank you. I announce closure of HVTT16. Many thanks to Mr. Li for his wonderful closing remarks. He put emphasis on the significance and achievements of this conference. And also he put forward important thinking and ideas for us to learn from and to think. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, with combined wisdom and collective effort, there's nothing we cannot achieve. There's no difficulties that we cannot overcome. So this is a great opportunity for us to work together with a combined effort, with a one heart and a one mind. So please allow myself, on behalf of the Research Institute of Highway Ministry of China, together with the China Highway Association, Qingdao Chengyun Holding Group, Scania China Group, and the Hengxing International Exhibition Group. I want to thank all the above-mentioned parties for your effort, dedication, and care. And also, I want to thank Mr. Wang Yang, Vice President, and Mr. Cai, Mr. Zhang Jingquan, Mr. Los Arts, Mr. Li Bing, Mr. Matt Harban, Mr. Xiong, Mr. Zhang, Mr. Chris, Mr. Kevin, and Mr. Shao Zhonghua, as well as and all the personnel in the preparation and organization of HVTT who have been working behind the curtain. I want to thank you again. And also, I want to thank the people, including Mr. Xie Yuifeng, Ms. Xie Wang, Mr. Shu Bing, Mr. Zhao Lei, and Mr. Xu Shuquan, Mr. Zhang Hao, Mr. Zhong Chengqiang, Ou Chuanjing, Li Yue, Zhang Guosheng, Li Wenliang, Li Xiao, Liu Jianneng, Gong Jianqing, among other people. I want to thank you for your support and care. And also, I would like to thank Lambridge Information Technology, Beijing Zhuozhong Publications, and the simultaneous interpreters for their hard work and dedication in the past 3 days. And now, I declare a successful conclusion of the 16th International Symposium on Heavy Vehicle Transport and Technology. Thank you all.